guys that are refereeing the game, but I think he found a healthy balance tonight where he was just really focused on getting us going offensively and making the right plays and making sure that we kept our foot on the gas pedal. That's one thing that he's done as an engine on this team. One of the engines, one of the leaders of just keeping us calm, keeping us poised.
They scored a playoff low 92 points, but post game they seemed to like a lot of the shots that they got. They said their process was pretty good. I'm just curious, from your side defensively. I mean, did you feel like you guys had a good sharp night, or was some of them missing shots?
I mean, basketball is an imperfect game, and after you look at it. Once you look at the film, I think you'll find the answers. But based off how we feel after the game, that could be one thing. I look at it. I felt like when we were out there, just really managing the game well and managing the lead, that was a good space for us to be in, and it was all created from defensive stops. So when we're getting out in transition and they're not able to get back, or we see a lot of mismatches, that works in our favor. And then. When we know how skilled Shea is, and he played 42 minutes tonight, so he was giving a lot of effort on that end. We knew that we had to take advantage of different opportunities on him on the defensive end and putting him in spaces where he was either going to foul or he was either going to get a block or one of our bigs were going to score. So. We're just trying to utilize our overall skill set and depth of just making sure that we continue to push the ball. And, the most well-conditioned team usually wins the series and doing the little things consistently. So we felt like we're in a good place, but we can still get better.
Kai, you don't mind me calling you Kai?
Yeah.
Oh, no, my bad.
We're a little mountain, AI.
Yeah. A sentiment that's kind of been echoed, with some of the young guys is, a sense of calm heading into games like this, game changer, game deciding games in a series like this. When you look back to, even when you were entering the league and even now where you are dealing with the ruckus of the crowd like you were talking about, I mean, what has that leadership role been with some of the younger guys in the locker room to, keep them level-headed, and, how do you even still try to keep that same mindset for yourself nowadays?
Yeah, I genuinely try to give our guys positive affirmations, and even when we lost the other night, I took a lot of the accountability for how the game ended, just because I felt like there were some shots that I rushed. They were good shots, but I just felt like I got to my spot and I wasn't really focused on making it enough, and just knowing that I have a sense of peace about me, and also I can consistently stay poised even if we're in a crazy environment. This is just something that has been a skill set of mine, right? So I think they look to me for that sense of calmness, right? That sense of peace. And when we come into games like this, I don't want them to feel like it's a game 5. It's really just going to be a tough, hard-nosed game where we're going to be required to do the right things and the little things and be confident and also speak to your teammates confidently as well. These games can go either way. And win, lose, or draw, I tell them that they're my brothers. So there's no pressure on us to consistently be perfect. It's going to be an imperfect game. I try to prepare them as best I can. And I also try to allow them to experience it firsthand as a leader. You got to allow them to make those mistakes and then learn from it. So that's what I just can stay consistent on as best I can, is affirming to them that it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. So just embrace it. Embrace the nerves, embrace the anxiety, and embrace the fears that you may have. But once we leave out of this huddle, we're together. So you're never going to feel alone out there. And if you do, just flag down one of the veterans, flag down one of the guys that give you that, positivity, and just move on, because turnovers, just like the other night, or entered, and we felt that. And we looked at the tape, and we didn't want that to be the feeling that we had again coming into the locker room. We were up 14, and and then we were up 8, and then we were up 6, and then we were up 3, and then Dort hits a big 3, and then now the crowd's out of it, and now we're looking like we don't want to push the ball up as much as possible. So we just got to stay aggressive and continue to win the quarters. That's the focus.
I'm sorry. Other than the 2 throwaways there at the end of the season, you guys haven't lost 2 in a row in forever. What kind of source of pride is that, and is that a product of tweaks from the coaching staff, or just you guys, the resiliency, or what do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to our team environment that we've created, from the top of our hierarchy, our GM, our president, our governors, all the way down to the culture that we're creating as players, and the coaching staff with Jay Kidd leading his guys. Everybody has a specific role that they play on this team, and we do our best to collaborate on some of our ideas, and we try to give each other a lot of confidence to continue to do the things that we work on. And when that happens, I feel like good things can create opportunities, and that could lead to success or failure. So for us, we're just really feeling like we're in the trenches together, in the foxhole together. And when we go out there and we're able to play a game, in a 24-hour span or 48-hour span, and we have to respond, in a 24-hour span or 48-hour span, and we have to respond that way. I feel like we do a good job of connecting and making sure that we're honest with each other. And those things go a long way, especially when somebody's in a new experience or a new opportunity like the playoffs, like the semifinals.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, guys.